welcome back to Wyatt using more things he's never used before. Fancy blender. It's not just a lid, it's a Rubik's Cube. I think I put this bad boy in there. Ow! No pain, no gain. Oh, I see. Alright, that's fancy. So here's where we make our paper. We need to combine equal parts unmeasured water to unmeasured bills. So we just sort of pop that in there. I don't know how much this is gonna make. I'm unplugging it while I'm putting my hands in there. And we're gonna get a wooden spoon. Yeah. By wooden spoon I mean spatula. Okay. Whoa. Alright, so just press that down there. Get nice and papery. My first batch of ever made paper. Let's add in something from Chase. They wanted me to sign up for their credit card, and I didn't want to. Take out the plastic. You have no need for that. Don't want plastic in my paper. That's disgusting. And you're disgusting for thinking it. We'll take that. Just stuff it in there. Delicious bills. More plastic. Less caring. It looks like cabbage. How about the spatula? God dang it. Okay. Now my hands are nice and wet. Let's go ahead and use the outlet.
How long are you going to be doing that?
I don't know. I can take it outside.
That'd be great.
So, to make the paper, I'm gonna use this, which has been soaking in bleach for a little while. This is the cat's old Litterbox. Now, my paper is not food grade. I wouldn't eat it, but it is recycled. Glad it splashed on my face. Where to pour bleach that's not gonna kill the plants? Looks like just as good a place as any. Okay, so I've essentially gotten yelled at for being loud with the blender in the house, so I brought it out here, and we're gonna continue pulsing our pulp. Looks fine to me. And here's the moment of truth, to see whether or not this piece of garbage that I constructed and almost died making in my basement is gonna hold up. I mean, the wood actually it's sturdy. I'm surprised with the cracks in every single piece of it. It ended up being, you know, fairly decent. We've got my kitty litter box, and we're going to attempt our first piece of paper. And we're gonna try the pour method, as instructed by one dude. I forget his name, but I am very nervous about putting this in the water because once it gets wet, here's the thing with wood. When wood gets wet and it seeps into the pores, it'll mold, and my craftsmanship is basically first grade. So we're going to just go for it, I guess. Alright. Does not want to stay put, that's fine. We're gonna just pour this mess anyway. And hope that I did anything right. So, pour the slap on there. I hear bees. If you know me, I'm scared of bees. So we'll just... that feels awesome to play with. It's actually pretty cool. Oop. So that's not working at all. But let's just there we go. We'll just do that, and then we'll... This looks disgusting. So it needs to mix is the thing. We need to make sure, yeah. Science. Ow! That comes out, doesn't it? Didn't know that. It's good for safety reasons. So we'll get that nice and mixed around. And that should just be as easy as... Ooh. What's that? Give it a good shake. Lift that off of there, and this is going to be a dreadful first piece of paper. This is not going to work out at all. Anyone's benefit. Looks bad. I feel bad. I hear bees. I love bees, they're great, but they're terrifying. So we do this technique that I just made up. Perfect. This is way too much, I can already tell. And so that's essentially it. So that's what, okay, cool. So we've got that. We've got our paper. And we're going to transfer is the word I was looking for, to this bent piece of wiring that I should have straightened out. And we're going to take that, and then we're just going to press that down like that, and we're going to flip it. Ooh, let's actually flip the wire. Yeah, it's a nice little catch. There we go. And we're going to just drain it a little bit more. Right, that's what the professionals do. Pop it over like that. I have a towel ready. By ready, I mean not ready. Addendum, this is awful and I'm ashamed I'm even trying. Let's do it anyway. Okay, so that, and then this should lift off very nicely, very cleanly. It's not. It is not lifting off nicely or cleanly. This has ended up being a very convoluted process. And it is very poorly done. I think what I'm going to do with this piece of paper is write up my will and testament. Let's try this. I'll add this to a new series of videos called Why It Succeeds at Nothing. Okay, and just blot that down a little bit. Some sticks in there. It's good. So see, that's starting to come together. It's a nice piece of paper. That'll be great. That'll be fantastic when I figure out what I'm doing with my life. So let's see if I can maybe do this. It looks like it wants to be like a piece of paper. Yeah, nice and wrinkled, that's good. Go ahead. Yeah. Paper's garbage. I feel garbage for making it. Do the blot thing a little bit more here. The nice towel I'm probably not supposed to use. Some pieces of plastic in here, that's good. Well, that didn't work, so. We've got our first piece of paper. And we're going to take it and we're going to burn it, because I'm ashamed. Let's go ahead and set it on this, because that'll be, you know, that thing that I took it off of when I probably shouldn't have. And then, so we'll see if this works, and I'm almost positive that it isn't going to. So I'm excited. We'll see. My tripod stopped wanting to work. That's cool. Thanks, tripod. Well, it's sad. Jesus Christ, there's a bee. But what I've done now is I took some cardboard and I gently laid the paper in between the cardboard, and then there's a textbook down under here, and textbook here, and then my old desktop, which is 900 pounds. So I figured that would apply some weight to it. I've been sitting on it also. This is kind of hopefully gonna flatten it out and make it nice and smooth. I don't know. Let's see if it's done literally anything. It's made the cardboard a little wet on the inside. The paper's still wet, but it looks still awful. Good thing I spent 4 hours of my time building a stupid piece of wood and learning how to sew paper and blending it just to be disappointed. I'm glad. So, it's the next day. I've learned a couple of things because I actually went back and did literally the smallest amount of research on better ways to do the thing that I'm terrible at. So, I present to you Hakseng's shirt. I'm going to use this instead of the cardboard to lay the paper on, because cardboard is apparently made from the same stuff paper's made of, you know, trees. And so that when the paper's wet and I put it on cardboard, it absorbs into the cardboard, which is awesome because then it doesn't dry overnight. That's good. I got an iron because once again I wanted to get more things that I've never used and don't know how to use and attempt it. And scissors. We're gonna clip down this thing because it apparently doesn't need to be gigantically huge. We're also gonna try to straighten it out. because this is just bent now. That's cool. So that's our next task. The frame and decal, mold and decal, the decal thing is still holding together surprisingly well for my freaking Boomhauer craftsmanship. It's actually falling apart. So, but you know what? It kind of works for the purpose that it works. And here we see the paper that I set out to dry. This is the one that was on the one thing. It's garbage. It's still absolutely soaking. This is the second piece that I did, which is very thin. Not a good piece of paper, but it's a little bit dry-ish. And this one is the first piece that I did, which is super thick and super wet still. So literally nothing I've done has worked, which is good. So we're going to try a couple different things today, and we're going to see how that works. So we have the paper sitting on this delightful Asian sun shirt that I found at Goodwill or something. So we've cut the net thing, screen, down to size. I'm going to just take a dry rag and try to sort of blot out some of the water here. Literally nothing, cool. So then we're going to take this and fold it over top. And I've had my iron here heating up for probably 2-ish minutes. And I don't know if it's good or not, but we're going to see. Maybe? Is that what I do? Yeah, I can feel some heat coming from it. Alright, cool. Don't know if it's working. We'll find out. Oh, it feels like it is. I can feel heat. Cool. It feels like it's worked. This is feeling more papery than before. You know what? Let's do this. Let's try this as a thing. So we'll take this, and that chunk right there is probably gonna fall off. And we're not gonna do that because it isn't gonna work. Cool. Let's just go back to what we know will possibly work. And I hear bees flying everywhere, and I don't like bees. I mean, I like them. They're great. More bees for life. I got stung by like 70 of them when I was a kid, so I just have a fear. You know, yeah, I think this is working okay. I think I'm actually ironing in wrinkles into this shirt, which is okay. It dinged. Is it supposed to ding? It's not supposed to ding, is it? It's supposed to. It dinged though. Like, are you supposed to ding? You're still wet. Can I do this? Second of. Ooh, let's see what that does. Take all our hard work and immediately destroy it by ironing the paper directly, which I'm sure is a poor choice. Ow. Okay. So here we have. It's steaming. So that's a good sign. I hope. It feels like paper that's been shredded and put in a litter box. So, there we go, made paper. So, update. I have been doing this thing for a couple minutes on the last sheet that was on the cardboard that didn't dry at all. And so we'll see how this is. Probably scalding hot. It is, you know, it's a little bit more dry. So here's the new fun thing. If you have a piece that comes off because you don't know what you're doing and you suck, you can just toss it back in there and then watch this. Watch it. Hold on. Oh, just disintegrates. It's good stuff. So it's infinitely reusable. So it's been a couple days since I made the paper. I still actually have the bin of water and paper pulp over there that my cat keeps drinking out of for whatever reason. But I have my 3 pieces of paper that I made, and I'm actually impressed. They're paper. I think this is the first sheet that I made here. It's a little bit longer than the rest. It's thick up here and thinner down here. The edges are pretty rough, I would say. There are little bits of plastic sticking out because I was too negligent to actually pull them out before I, made the paper. And then here, I think, which one was the second one? I think it was this one. This is the good one. This is the one that I'm the most proud of. It's actually thin all the way around, good consistency. A little bit of a hole in it, but don't we all have a little hole in us? It's called a butt. It's a joke. And so that's kind of what's going on there. And then my last piece of paper is it's got a good thickness to it. This is like a giant, horrible line. So since it's made with bills from not bills, it's made from those promotional offers from Chase that they can continue to send me. I'm actually going to use this paper to write a letter to Chase, asking them to stop sending me this crap and tell them it's on that recycled paper. And I'm going to send that back to them. So that'll be the next video. We'll see if they respond. So that was amateur paper making, and it was a sad result, but it was a result. Next up, making a feather quill.